Hey guys, Chelsea here. Now, as you can see from this and this, I finally got to max level on Normandy for both sides. And as is tradition, I'm going to review both the unlocks that you get from both the sides. Now, I've done some extensive use out of both of these. I've literally just switched over to the Jumbo because there's a reason for that, which I'll explain later. But I'm still using, you can see here, I'm still using the Tiger. But yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of, there's two levels, obviously. I'm not going to include the premium squads because I don't do premium squads. But as you can see, there's two levels. I'm going to go Allies, Machine Gunners, Axis Machine Gunners, Allies, Axis. Basically like that. So, with that out of the way, let's start with the Allies Machine Gunners and then work our way upwards. Starting things off with a bang, it's the Allied Machine Gunners, which are, of course, Machine Gunner 3 and the Browning M19 19A6. Now, Machine Gunner 3, obviously, it's Machine Gunner 3, so it's a gunner squad for a start. Gunners are, in my opinion, still the best class in the game. Maybe second to Engineers, but probably up there as the best. Maybe, definitely top two. Now, the perk, I'm going to include the whole thing. The perk here is really good. This is the same perk as the Assaulter 3s here. The 100 health restored by Medpack. Very, very good, in my opinion. And basically, it means that you basically have no excuse to not have vitality on these soldiers. Because, well, let's face it, you're basically going to be, reviving yourself with extra health anyway, so why bother with the 200 health perk? Just go for vitality. Now, they also, of course, have the 2 extra vitality, 6 weapon handling, and 1 speed. This is over the original 6 weapon handling, which most, they had by default. Now, I just need to change off the Jumbo because that will annoy me. Now, for the weapon, they get the Browning M19 19A6, which is, as you can see here, it's got a hit power of 12, has damage. Actually, I should probably go into the logistics. Let's go on logistics to view this, because I can actually show you the improved stats. So it has the 500, it got 450 to 500 shots per minute, a 5.7 second reload time, 13 vertical and 15 horizontal recoil, 100 round magazine. It can only fire in auto, and you can see here it has reload time. If you upgrade it once, you get the reload time, which changes it from 5.7 to 4.8. Its rate of fire will go up to 500 to 550. And then its hit power and shots deviation go down. Shots deviation go down and its hit power goes up with the final unlock, which is, of course, you can see 13.2 from 12. Now, I'm just going to say right here, this is the most overpowered weapon in the game. This is the most powerful weapon in the game. I've not encountered anything more powerful than the Browning M19 19A6. Now, for an apt comparison, we'll use the BAR, right? The BAR-A2. This is what happens when you permanently have the BAR-A2 on slow auto mode, and you've got a 100 round magazine. Yeah, this thing is insanely good. I genuinely just John Rambo this thing, and I get like 20 kills with them. I've made a video where I've literally just jumped onto the armoured train and just sprayed my way through the train. The sights aren't even that bad. It's the same as the BAR sights, the A2 sights. So the sights aren't bad. The only real downside is the reload, but this thing has no recoil. It has absolutely no recoil. And I'm pretty sure if you combine this with the perk, with the reduced vertical recoil perk, this thing will become dirty overpowered. Like, I'm pretty sure I've got this on that perk on a few of my soldiers. You can see here as well, like, I've got A6s on every soldier I've got. The reason being is the A6 is so powerful that I have to use the A6 on every soldier. Honestly, this thing, I would say, is a guaranteed, even at 3 stars, is a guaranteed 10 out of 10 weapon. And I'm not even going to exaggerate this. This thing is probably the most powerful weapon in the game. no comparison. This thing beats the PPSH, this thing beats the MKB, this thing beats everything in a straight fight. In a straight fight, this thing wins against anything. This thing wins. It has no recoil, a near bottomless magazine, a slow rate of fire, which means it is actually controllable under a contained burst. Compare this to, say, the MG42, which, let me show you the 42, right, which is supposed to be its comparison. It has a higher rate of fire and a lot more recoil, and a bit more recoil. And this thing I would say this thing just annihilates anything that comes near it. It is so powerful, and it's just, it's near cheating. This is the Allies, this is probably the Allies' best weapon. It's the best weapon in the game, no question. Anyways, let's move on to the Axis, who actually have a old weapon which has just been ported over. I'm not exaggerating when I say the Axis just get a ported weapon, because they get the MG34 with the drum. Now, the problem... Now, this is a fine weapon. I like the MG34 with the drum. This is still a 10 out of 10 weapon. It's, in my opinion, it's better than the 34 and the 42, which I admitted were... they were already really top-tier LMGs, and this thing's better. I'll say this is definitely the best Axis LMG in the game, but... Yeah, let's look over the stats. Actually, I don't have to. I'm just going to link the video in the top. If you look at the top, you'll see there'll be a link to the video. There'll also be one in the description. But I've already done a video on the MG34, so with the drum. So check out that video for my full opinion. For the purpose of this review, it's a very good unlock. While not as worth as needed as the M19 19A6, it's still really good. As you can see here, I've got it on. All of my assault squads have one, but not my main, defense squad here. The Fortress Infantry, they've still got their 42s. Now, I'm not saying that their 42 is better than this. I'm just saying I just can't be asked to change over yet to the 34. Still, this is an unbelievable weapon. I love using this. It's so much fun. It's a 10 out of 10 weapon, and honestly, we're going solid. Literally, this update for Normandy has been nothing but solid. What's next? Oh, indeed. It's the A4. It's the Sherman with the 76. Now, I'm just going to say one thing. This isn't a bad tank, okay? This is a direct upgrade to the M4A2, in my opinion. This is a direct upgrade to the M4A2. The only real problem is it doesn't have the speed of the M4A2. You can see here it's got worse speed than even the Jumbo. No, it's got slightly better speed than a maxed out Jumbo. So, yeah, than a Jumbo. So it's got better speed than the Jumbo, but it has the armor of the A4. Of the A2, which I'm not really a fan of that. In fact, the A2 actually had better armor at places, like the turret. The main problem with this is it's basically just the A2, only it's... I mean, look at it. This is the X-ray for the A2. Like, the A2 has more easier to hit ammo racks. I will say that. It's easier to hit the A2's ammo racks than it is for the 76. With the 76, you have to aim basically where the driver and the radio operator are to hit the ammo, whereas with the A2, you can just aim here, 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 or here, and you've taken out the entire crew. Now, the main problem with the good... Let's start with the good things. It's better than the M10. Okay, it's much better than the M10. You can't be killed by literally some guy jumping on top of you like the M10. And yeah, it's actually, in my opinion, I'm going to compare it to another vehicle, the Firefly. It's basically a free version of the Firefly. The only difference is that the Firefly comes with 4 crew. In fact, and this has weaker armor. So it has weaker armor. The Firefly has weaker armor, and it has basically, yeah, weaker armor in exchange. Basically, this thing has stronger armor, and that's about it, really. stronger armor, and it's free compared to the Firefly. So, really, the only thing the Firefly... the Firefly doesn't really have an advantage over it. I mean, yeah, they have no real advantage. Maybe more horsepower at the engine, so it accelerates quicker. But they have the same top speed. It's basically a Firefly in the tech tree, or an Encher in the tech tree. But, so it has the downsides of the Firefly and the Encher. Then also, the Firefly wasn't really, like, so you'll be seeing these, I've seen these a lot more than, say, a Firefly, especially much more than the M10s. Like, M10s, you saw them for, like, the first week, and then no one used them, ever. Like, the last time I saw one was when, Ricochet tried to use one, and I clipped it with it's in a custom match, and I clipped it with my Jumbo, and I managed to set the thing alight. Literally from a clip shot. But yeah, direct upgrade in every way to the M10. Honestly, a good tank, but to be honest, it has no competition. It's the only competition it has is the M10 and a purchase option. So, yeah. Not really much you can say about the 76. Let's just move on to the Tiger. Okay, let's just move on to the Tiger. I'm itching to talk about the Tiger. Yeah, you can already see that I've got this thing maxed. So take a guess how much I like this. I genuinely think this is I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to save my opinion on the Tiger for another video I've got planned where I'm comparing it to the Panther A. But let's put it into perspective. This thing is, honestly, if you like the Panther or you like the Panzer IV, you will love the Tiger. This thing is honestly, it's one of my favourite vehicles in the game already, and I've only used it a handful of times. I will say though that this cannon, the 88, is really, really, really good. I've cleared points out. I've annoyed the other team with this on custom matches, and this thing can also, hold on, I need to find it. This thing can also pen straight through this. Now I've tested this, but it can pen straight through the 100mm armor, like clean through, and hit the ammo rack of a Panther G from Berlin, which is even more powerful than the Panther A, might I add. Like, let me show you what the Panther A is, the one in Normandy, and you can see here it actually has similar armor actually, but it can punch through the hole there, right? Now the way I tested this was Golden Tony, awesome guy. Check him out. He's actually starting to make videos now. Check him out. But he brought up a Panther. I brought up a Tiger. It was not pretty for him. He did get a good shot on me though. He did kill 2 of my crew members. But I went straight through his front armor and ammo racked him. Awesome. I love this vehicle. I'm going to make a video comparing the Panther and the Tiger soon. But as it stands, just know I love this vehicle. 10 out of 10. And honestly, definitely top 2. New top 2 in Normandy for vehicles when I release that video. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.